Okay, so I've got my Munchendunkel, which is a German style dark lager. Smells like lager, tastes like lager. Yeah, that's actually the traditional style of lager. Well, the first styles that were brewed were supposedly darker, and I mean that's probably a deep red to copper with the light behind it, but to look at it in the glass, it is actually, I'd call it a brown. Very clean, just with that. It's almost a toasty rye bread you get from the Munich malt, which this was brewed with, which is a darker malt. But I've got some Gawith Navy Flake here. It's the last remnant, so I thought I'd just make a video on it. Not really a video on it, just some impressions of it. I smoked my way through it all, that's all I got left. It's broken up. It's a pretty typical Gawith Flake. I'm just going to drop this broken flake into this Nicholas. I suppose it's an apple. Anyway, it's one of my favourite parts. I imagine it probably should pair fairly well with the Dunkel. It's a Virginia, I guess a brown, they're darker brown Virginia. A latakia blend, supposedly topped with rum. I mean, it's been a couple of weeks, so I've probably had, I don't know, 5 or 6 bowls of this. I never really picked up any rum on it, but I'm probably struggling to remember too. I'm in a bit of a hurry. I've probably got a bowl left there. I guess, yeah, the smell, tin note, whatever you want to call it. It's predominantly quite a mild latakia, I guess. Bit of Virginia. I always seem to get a little bit of a floral off some of these Gawiths. I don't know why. Fruity, plummy. Yeah, it's a typical dark tobacco flake aroma. Now, I did a pretty poor job of packing that. It wasn't too bad. But yeah, they tend to be a bit moist. Yeah, that charring note's just a light latakia, I guess. There's none of that light Virginia. It's I guess a deeper, richer, typical Gawith dark Virginia. I really don't get any of the topping. If it is there, it's just marrying into the background and the rest of the smoke. yeah, I'd have to say it's predominantly Virginia with just the just a slight hint of latakia. It might be a different latakia to the other Gawith blends, I'm not sure, but it doesn't seem to have that typical creosote note that some of the other Gawiths, the Squadron Leader, Perfection, those things have, but I might be mistaking that for the Orientals, who knows. Yeah, I'd say it's a, I wouldn't say it's mild, I wouldn't say it's strong either, which I guess makes it medium. Which I suppose is sort of true of a Dunkel too. I mean, it still has that crispness, it has that light body, it's of a typical lager. But there's just that extra touch of, I think there's a bit of sweetness in Munich malt. Not that this has any sweetness. Yeah, I guess it is a sweeter smoke in terms of a darker tobacco. But very good. This is a nice tobacco. I mean, again, it's not one of those Gawiths which just seems to be really well balanced. I've found some of their, I don't know, their lesser known, less popular blends have turned out to be some of them that I've actually liked. There again, it's a perfect. It's the Virginia and the latakia they just meld together. There's no distinct line between them. It all just melds together into a. It's a very even tobacco note. I think it does stay fairly consistent through the bowl, being that it is a reasonably strong flavour-wise blend. It doesn't change a lot through the bowl. Nice slow burner, typical flake. Yeah, there again. I mean, I don't know what constitutes a Navy blend. I mean, there's so many different blends. I mean, there's Vapors. There's, I guess, English and Balkan styles. There's, I mean, even Baron Plum Cake markets itself as a Navy blend. I mean, it can be anything, can't it? But as a Virginia latakia, yeah, it does the job quite well. But as I think I was saying, I think I've smoked most of the Gawith flakes now, and yeah, this one would rate quite well. Definitely worth trying. If you don't like Orientals, but you do like latakia and Virginia, this would be good. It's not bitey. There again, I'd say it's right in the middle of the strength range, maybe a bit to the higher end of the middle. It does, you know, it does have a good, it leaves a bit of spice in the mouth. recommended. Anyway, I'm going fishing tomorrow. So, have a good one, everyone.